Welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Look, if you've ever laid awake at night wondering if your organization's technology infrastructure is a rock-solid foundation or, a house of cards just waiting for a stiff breeze to collapse it, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to transform those hidden IT vulnerabilities into clear, actionable business insights. We're pulling back the curtain on the CISA audit. This is a globally recognized standard that does so much more than just check off some compliance boxes. It actually hardens your foundation and turns your IT into a literal engine for growth.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the hidden IT risks, define exactly what a CISA audit is, contrast it with a penetration test, walk through the 7-step audit process, explore the core areas of evaluation, and wrap up with how this actually benefits your business. Let's dive in. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the hidden IT risks. It's really easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the only real threat to your systems comes from some hooded hacker sitting in a basement halfway across the world. But I want to pose a provocative question to you. Is your biggest IT threat actually bad governance? It's a question that validates the deep anxieties a lot of business leaders have. You might be losing sleep over external breaches, but the real culprit, the one quietly draining your capital and creating operational fragility, might just be sitting right inside your own walls. Think about how this plays out in the real world. You might have a system running purely on tribal knowledge. That's when you rely on just one or two key employees who hold all the critical processes right in their heads. If they leave the company, boom, you're looking at catastrophic downtime. Or maybe your IT strategy is just misaligned. You end up investing in technology that doesn't actually support your business goals, resulting in completely wasted capital. You're throwing millions at security tools that don't address your primary threats. And then there's weak change management, pushing updates without formal approval processes. The risk there? Unplanned outages. A bad update causes a crash, and you have absolutely zero audit trails to find the root cause. Ultimately, poor governance directly causes real-world chaos. Which brings us to Section 2, defining the CISA audit. If internal governance is the illness, we need to talk about the cure. So what is a CISA audit exactly? CISA stands for Certified Information Systems Auditor. Now let me be clear, this is not some boring surface-level compliance checklist, not at all. It is a comprehensive, risk-based deep dive into an organization's IT and business systems. It evaluates your IT administration, your service delivery, and your asset protection, measuring it all against the gold standard set by CISA, which is a globally recognized benchmark for IT governance. Basically, it's about prioritizing the systems that are absolutely crucial to your financial and operational success. Moving right along to Section 3, penetration test versus CISA audit, we really need to know the difference here. This is a massive point of confusion that trips up a lot of IT directors and executives. A penetration test is simply a hack simulation. It focuses strictly on technical vulnerabilities, like trying to break through firewalls or exploit a software bug. A CISA audit, on the other hand, is a governance review. It looks at the policies, the people, and the processes behind that technology. Think of it like this. A pen test is like checking to make sure your front door is securely locked. A CISA audit checks if you accidentally handed out copies of your house key to complete strangers. You could have the strongest, most expensive firewall in the world, but if the process for managing who has the password is fundamentally broken, you are totally exposed. A CISA audit makes sure you assess the humans and the rules, not just the hardware. Let's get under the hood in Section 4, the 7-step audit process. It's a very rigorous methodology. Auditors don't just walk in blindly and start poking around. In Step 1, they sit down for audit planning to genuinely understand your specific business goals. In Step 2, the risk assessment, they go hunting for your highest risk vulnerabilities. By Step 3, they are on the floor doing field work and evidence collection, meaning they're interviewing your team and gathering digital proof of how things actually run. Then in Step 4, they run control testing. They literally jiggle the physical and digital locks to see if they hold up against potential failures. Notice how the whole thing starts with your business goals before a single test is even run? Once the testing is done, Step 5 is the gap analysis. That's where your current state is compared directly against those global standards and your own internal policies. Step 6 brings it all together with comprehensive reporting. You get an executive summary and a technical report with clear, undeniable findings. But crucially, and this is a game changer, it doesn't just end with a report sitting on a desk. Step 7 is post-audit follow-up. The auditors actually work with your team to verify that the identified risks have been remediated. They take all that raw data and ensure your foundation is genuinely hardened. This brings us to Section 5, Core Areas of Evaluation. We are leaving absolutely no stone unturned here. Think of this as auditing the entire lifespan of your technology. It starts right at the top with IT governance, how your organizational structure is built, and how the board manages resources. Then it moves into the system's lifecycle, how you actually build, buy, and implement that tech into your stack. Next up is asset protection, ensuring that technology is locked down securely. They test everything from network security all the way down to physical safeguards. And finally, service delivery, making sure that when an employee gets locked out of their account, your incident management and daily help desk actually do what they're supposed to do. It's a complete end-to-end review. And finally, Section 6, Realizing the Business Benefits. Why go through all this trouble in the first place? The strategic value here is huge. It really is a holistic pie of benefits. First, you gain global credibility, proving to partners and regulators that your systems meet strict international CISA standards. Second, you achieve board-level clarity. The audit translates all that dense technical jargon into clear risk reports for strategic planning. Third, did you know that fixing these hidden governance issues can actually dramatically lower your total cost of ownership? That's optimized IT operations at work. And fourth, you get enhanced fraud detection. You put robust controls in place that make it incredibly hard for malicious insiders or hackers to manipulate your data. It turns your vulnerabilities into optimized ops that save money and build trust. It is time to abandon that checkbox compliance thinking. Stop guessing about the state of your infrastructure and start actually securing it. A CISA audit isn't just about keeping regulators happy. It's about simplifying your governance and building a better business by making your IT a predictable, reliable engine for growth. I want to leave you with this really powerful quote directly from our source material. We don't just find the problems, we stop the risks. And honestly, that is the essence of a true governance review. It's not just pointing out a broken window, it's fixing the window and changing the locks while you're at it. So I'll leave you with this thought. If an auditor walked into your building tomorrow, what hidden risk would they find first? Keep asking the tough questions about your IT governance, and I'll see you next time.